it's Cathy Cress again, and I am back with my YouTube series, Geriatric Care 1, and we are on our 28th playlist, and it is Break the Barriers for Billing and Make a Profit at Your Geriatric Care Management or Aging Life business. So, the last episode, and go back and look at that, I was talking about what prevents you from billing, and one is an ethical dilemma if you're a nurse or a social worker and you come from a nonprofit background. And what's an ethical dilemma? Well, it's a crash. It's a crash of two things. And how you look into an ethical dilemma and read about, back here, a whole chapter on ethics in here that I wrote where you can go into much more depth about this, Handbook of Geriatric Care Management. An ethical dilemma is this crash, and many times there are four things that you kind of tease this apart with. I'm not going to go into those, but one is called beneficence, and that's doing the greatest good for someone, and that's what nurses and social workers are trained to do in school, not MBA school, nursing school. And so if I'm saying that wrong, if beneficence is doing the greatest good for older people, then why isn't geriatric care management affordable to everyone? That's an ethical dilemma. Those things are crashing. And if geriatric care management is the new GPS to get everyone, income related or not, to the best services, why isn't it available throughout the nation? It's not. Only the top 10% is it available to. Or maybe the bottom third through, programs like MSSP, Kinetic Community Care, Medicare. But we have an ethical dilemma. So most of the time, you as a social worker, I was a social worker, I went to UC Berkeley, I was trained to do the greatest good for older people and to serve low-income people. That was my, the mission of my school, UC Berkeley. Nurses are trained to disallow any kind of economic status requirement. You basically serve everybody. It's the same thing that's taught to both of us. And on top of that, we as women are hardwired to give things away, or the human race would not even survive. And so most of us are women, most of us are nurses and social workers, most of us were not prepared to bill, but you're in this business where you have to bill to keep your business. That's an ethical dilemma. And even take Aging Life, the Aging Life Association. They don't address this at all, and hopefully they will, because standard number 14 talks about you have to reveal basically, your contract and all of your fees, but it doesn't say anything about now you have to bill and what the problem is. So you have an ethical dilemma. Another way to look at this is catch-22 or a double bind. But that stops you from billing because you are hardwired not to throw the baby out. You are hardwired through your education to give things away, and yet you've got to bill. And that stops you many times. So I will see you next time. Go to my website, cathycress.com, and we will do number 3.